You have an awful lot of airplanes over there. Right now you're running up through today, you run how many? About 2,000 sorties. You're going to be running about 700 a day, and it has to be a very careful coordination in the area.
And think that this air traffic control is a big problem with that number of sorties that are taking place. AWACS aircraft are controlling them. If the Israelis then start launching aircraft, then there's a confusion. Are they aircraft from Iraq that have somehow escaped our attention? It's all being carefully orchestrated, so it presents a dangerous situation if they start flying.
Israel goes over Jordan, right? But let's first go to Atlanta. She's got some information on doings in Saudi Arabia. Here's Catherine Cryer. Kathy?
Thanks, Larry. We have conflicting reports on events that have been occurring in Dhahran, Saudi Arabia, and we now have on the line Terry Frieden, CNN's Terry Frieden. Terry, can you give us a report on what's happening there?
Yes, I can tell you that at the moment I'm in the command center of the bomb shelter in the hotel where we are currently operating. We have reported incorrectly that a missile had landed in this vicinity. In fact, I am advised by both Saudi and U.S. military officials who are surrounding me at the moment that there was no incoming missile, that the explosions that we heard were in fact noise from air defense systems, that there were air defense missiles of one kind or another that had been launched. That was the noise that was heard. There was great concern and fear that there had been some kind of surface-to-surface missile that had landed in our area. That is not the fact. And I just wanted to make sure, and the folks that are both officials from both the U.S. and Saudi government want to make sure that people understand that there has not been an attack in our region.
Terry, there apparently also was a conflicting report that possibly an incoming Scud had been intercepted by a Patriot missile. Could that have been the case?
That apparently was not the case. There apparently was no missile launched here, and there was no missile intercepted. Based on the information that we have from U.S. And Saudi military officials both, there have been no missile launches into Saudi Arabia tonight. There have been, as you know, launches into Israel. The first time that the reports came in of the missiles being launched into Israel, the sirens sounded, the alarm sounded, and we were all rushed here to the basement, to the bomb shelter, for fear that there might also be missiles launched into Saudi Arabia at that time. There were not. We returned to our post. CD Jaco was about to go live, and we got a scare when we heard the explosions. Some people speculated that there had been a missile launch. Indeed, that was not the case. And as soon as they release us from the bomb shelter where we're at, we'll be able to go up, and CD Jaco should be able to continue live reports.
Well, thank you, Terry. We'll certainly get back to you then. At this time, we have Richard Roth on the phone with us from Tel Aviv. Richard?
Yes, everyone is still okay here in Tel Aviv on the sealed room in a hotel by the water that we're in. The Israeli military is still apparently trying to determine what kind of missiles, what kind of warheads were used in this attack on the Jewish state. An announcer came on television about 15 minutes ago to say that everyone should still stay indoors. Several cities are still urged to have everyone wear their gas masks. People have sealed up rooms and put soaking rags under doors and things like that. You never know who you'll run into in a bomb shelter. With me, one of the people here among the journalists, Zubin Mehta, music director of the New York Philharmonic and the Israeli Philharmonic, who a few days ago, instead of returning to New York for a rehearsal and concerts, decided to fly here to a country which he has many close ties with. I'm going to put him on and maybe describe the atmosphere he's found here in this sort of sealed room bomb shelter we're in. Zubin?
Hello?
Yes, Mr. Mehta. Thanks for joining us.
Well, the spirit is very high and very quiet, no panic. The entire staff and clientele of the Hilton Hotel is in one corridor on the 6th floor, and there have been exercises of putting on and off the masks as the Israeli radio sort of advises us, and the entire country is sort of on one discipline. And as usual in Israel, in a state of conflict, discipline is optimum.
Let me ask you, when you returned to Israel after reports of the day's bombing, were you surprised at the events this evening?
They're asking if you were surprised at the events today.
There was some conjecture that the Iraqis might let off one or two in desperation. And in Israel, we find that whatever rumor flies around during the day usually comes to pass at night.
At this point in time, Mr. Mehta, what would you like to see the Israeli government do in response?
Well, they're in such close contact with the Americans, I think they better be, at this moment, under the American umbrella. I don't think maverick action would be too beneficial.
Thank you very much again for joining us, Zubin Mehta, Richard Roth. At this time, let's go to Linda Scherzer, who's standing by in Jerusalem. Linda?